every year or two, I end up having a ball that like rolls on grass. And I need to make it stop because it's rolling on grass. And then I forget how to make that happen. So I'm going to do that here just for my own records so I can keep track of it, so I don't have to relearn it every time. Okay, this is a rigid body animated box. It'll just sit there. You already know how to do this stuff. So this is also a rigid animated box, and I'm going to make a sphere. Let's do an icosphere, give it a couple subdivisions. Scale it down a bit, apply that scale, and we'll give this guy a rigid body sphere, and he won't be animated, so he'll just drop. So here it falls, rolls, and he hits this surface. Now, because of just the way physics works, it's just going to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. Okay, in fact, let's move him even a little further up this ramp. So he gets... Okay, whatever, there we go. But when it hits the grass, we want it to stop, and it's not going to stop. So, playing with things like friction and bounciness don't seem to make a difference. Same, likewise with the surface itself, which is what I'd really like to do, is to be able to do something on the surface so that when it hits it, it causes it to stop. But that doesn't work well. I always default to forces. I'll like put in a dampening force, but that doesn't work very well either. Here's the way to do it. Get all your simulations worked out so you know more or less where it's going to land on the grass, which here is around frame 37. Okay, go maybe a frame before that. And for the ball, we're going to animate the damping dynamics, the translation rotation damping. So I'm going to make a keyframe just before it hits the ground, and then like a couple keys later, notice the ball flies off into outer space. That's okay, don't worry about that right now. This is a value between 0 and 1. 1 basically stops it dead in its tracks. So we're going to choose a high value like maybe 0.5, set a keyframe for both of those. So now we have a keyframe transition over 2 frames. Let's run that. And you can see the ball starts to slow down. Okay, and if we want it to slow faster than that, let's just go over that same keyframe. Instead of 0.5, let's do like 0.8. For thick grass, ooh, that's thick grass, that stops it. And that's it. That is a really natural way to do it. And if you want to pull it to a full stop, just set a keyframe later on, move forward probably a few frames, and then set it to 1. 1 is going to full stop it, so then you can know for sure it's going to stop by that frame, though it will be a hard stop. I don't know if you can make it move at all at that point. If I move this back here, for instance, then it hit and it stopped really, really fast, which we really don't want. So move that further down after your simulation is mostly finished. Then you can come to a stop. And that's it. That is the totally simple way to make a ball stop rolling. I'd much rather be able to change a setting on the grass, just a static, non-animated setting, but I can't see that in the features. So instead, I'm just going to animate that damping feature by hand. And that's it.